Well, we are back. Are we happy about it? Yes, because I get to be with these two lovely, lovely, wonderful men.
Stop it, you.
You.
I mean, how are we doing? I'm in my life, in my real life, I'm blessed, not stressed, but here, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about how we feel about this here.
Well, this is an interesting parallel, Mike and Logan, because in my real life, I had like a huge breakthrough after weeks and weeks of the wait, which is kind of akin to what breakthrough Dusalab Dion had this episode in the judges' eyes. We'll talk about this.
In the judges' eyes.
We sure will. Yeah, we went from the highs of Canada's wins to whatever the fuck this was. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
At least the runway was great. Correct.
Yes.
The runway was great.
Hello. That part. Oh, and unfortunately, we're not talking about it in this episode, but I'm excited to talk about it nonetheless. But hello, everyone. Welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. And in my beautiful Corey King tumbler, as always, I don't have much ice in here. Actually, it's all melted now. I'm not shaking any ice today. I've got some tiramisu flavored iced coffee. It's quite delicious. I see the shocked face over there. I'll send you the link for it. It's actually protein coffee.
Even better.
It's a new brand I'm trying. It's quite good. It's quite delicious. I'm really enjoying it. It's very, very good. Shout out to Javi. Very, very good. Not sponsored, but I would love to be. And as always, cup mug on hand. Boom. Fabulous. You can get yours and all of our other merch at lanagcreationsizzy.com. That link is in the description below. And that lovely QR code up in the top right corner. Go ahead. Scan the QR code, go like the shop, get some merch. We do ship domestically within North America and internationally, so there are no excuses. Anywhere you probably live, except if you're in Brazil, test your luck there. Go get your cup merch, and we thank you.
Howdy, y'all. It's Mike. It's your beefy bodybuilding correspondent down in Dallas, Texas. I put the him in himbo and the gay and video gamer, and I'm just going to say justice for Mandy, justice for Chai Tea Grande, justice for Rock'em Sakura. I could be the entire podcast is the list, and we'll get into it. But I am drinking coffee in a holiday mug that's completely out of season, but it's just black coffee with some monk fruit sweetener. So it's like...
It's still January. It counts.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. We're detoxing from the holidays here. Absolutely. And yeah, we'll talk about this episode. Might be cussing on the mic tonight, so
Ooh.
Get your children off of the pod.
Yes.
Get the kids off the pod. It's 18 plus pod. Salut, bonsoir tout le monde. It's Micha, your Persian correspondent, and I'm drinking self-concocted hot chocolate, and I'm so glad that this recipe is finally very concentrated. So yeah, I'm ready. It's sugar-free, but it's energizing me to crush on this episode as much as I can. Still a holiday season.
Y'all, we're gonna get into it because I'm still enjoying season 18 of RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm enjoying season 18 of Drag Race.
Yeah, I want to say before anything we say on this podcast, everybody on this cast is amazing and they're slaying.
I love the cast.
I love these drag queens. Nothing of what we're going to say should come at the detriment of them. They're all iconic and they deserve their success if they get it. They're all deserving of the success that they are getting.
Yes.
But we'll get into it.
My problems are with RuPaul and the judging panel.
Yeah.
That
part. Mm-hmm.
That. Period.
That's what I have a problem with.
That point blank
so,
and the period.
So, we're going to get into it. Before we do, Make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we're here almost all the time giving you almost all things drag. We just concluded season 6 of Canada's Drag Race, which if you did not watch, it's now all go binge it. Do it.
This is not hyperbole. Every single member of the cast I would want to see back. They are all stars in my opinion. This might be like a top 5, top 3 season in my opinion.
It is a top 5 season for me.
It 100%. Is so good of any franchise.
It is top 5 internationally for me. Yeah.
It knocked it out of the park. Amazing.
So go watch it.
Yes.
And then go watch our coverage of it. Yes. We did interviews. We did all of our coverage of it. So make sure to go check that out. And also, breaking news. I'm going to get so tired of saying that after a little bit. I promise you I will. Our cast assessment for UK versus the World 3 is also available if you have not checked that out already. We're so excited for that season to come out in like a week and a half as well. So make sure to check that out as well. We've also got so much coverage across all of our other channels and networks and fun, fabulous things. You can go check that out. All of our links for that will be in the description below. You can also follow us on our socials at The Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. And if you want to follow the 3 of us, our links are down below as well. Go check us out. All of us posting some form of thirst trap content available on our social medias. So go check it out.
Yes.
The first time I've been able to say that for a panel because it is true.
If you want to see more of us, and I do mean more of us,
it is the one thing we all have in common. Cheers to that. And the one thing we unfortunately have to talk about at the top of this episode is that Didi Fuego has gone home. Can we say though? I was quite delighted. I hadn't watched her What You Packin' prior to talking about her elimination episode last week. And I was quite delighted when Michelle in her What You Packin' was like, I was quite pissed off that you got eliminated first. And I was like, whew. Didi Fuego for season 19. I would like to see it.
Absolutely, yeah.
I would like to see it. I'd like to see it.
And especially given that Didi had a fantastic start to her YouTube channel with Like It Stars. They did a mutual therapy session.
Oh,
and
it was so good.
It
was so good. So good. Yeah.
Go watch it.
Absolutely.
Honestly,
but yes.
No es bueno to Didi Fuego being absente.
No. Especially because her runway look this week was so good.
Yes.
Oh my God. It was so good. I'm so mad. But Didi is gone. Mandy is shook up about the fact that she had to send Didi home. But, all the girls are there. They're also congratulating Jane on her win, doing the things. It's a pretty, standard situation here.
Yeah, this is kind of more by the books of like reading the message, and I think there was a lot of love there for Didi and sadness that she's gone. And then your typical like Mandy's like, I almost went home.
Yeah. Athena, how are you feeling?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to talk. Yeah, exactly. So Briar Blush, of all people, decided to rub more salt into Athena's wounds. Well, why are the wounds open? That's a question for another day. But Athena was in feels, like La Grande Dame that she is. She was feeling her Karen Hugo huge, housewife fantasy, and then it all came crashing down. And suddenly there is Briar Blush, who Athena hasn't described the kindest, let's put it that way. But yeah, Briar is keeping on grading into going under Athena's skin, and that's an interesting dynamic, which would go on through the entire episode.
Look, I love a little bit of antagonism, but I think playing mind games should be second to focusing on the task at hand. And I think that is a storyline that comes through with Briar. But oh my gosh, I don't know what Briar has against Athena. She just like looked at Athena and she's like, you. I'm gonna go after you. And it's funny. It's really funny because Athena's just like, I'm not upset. You're not getting under my skin. And I'm like, oh, she is like the queen of unbothered, of course. Like,
I don't know what it is about Athena. I agree with you. I'm like, I don't get it, but I find it quite delightful. So I don't care. Like, it's so much fun. I'm like, all right, girl, whatever it is, like, go off, I guess. Like,
I think what I like
sure.
about it is like her performance is not suffering in any noticeable way as a result of like these mind games. If it was, then I'd be a little pissed. I'd be like, oh, come on, play fair here. But like, since it's just some playful shade and it doesn't have impact anything at the end of the day, maybe it does the opposite effect of what Briar
exactly, yeah, because it clearly impacted Briar's performance this week.
Then I'm fine with that. I'm like, fair game. It's entertaining TV, and Athena's still doing great.
Right. And you know what brings me the most joy every day, y'all? Seeing Mamma Mia laugh.
Mm-hmm.
I love Mia. I love
great.
her so much.
Mia is such
She's quickly becoming one of my absolute favorites on this cast.
She's such a ball of positivity. And it's just such a bright light on the cast. And so talented, too. So well, with this judging panel, they'll make up any bullshit. But let's hope we get to see this ball of sunshine for a while on this cast.
I hope so. Because she is so talented and just I love her. I love Mia.
I also want to say, like, in their like debrief, I think it was Mandy who brings up like Dee Dee throwing Athena under the bus during the judging.
Yes.
And Athena was like, I don't feel like I railroaded anything. And both Darlene and Mandy were like, yeah, no, I didn't feel like you were railroading. And I just want to say the editors are being shady. I fully believe this is an invented storyline that does not exist, because we would have gotten footage of it, or we would have gotten the teammates like saying in confessionals at least, hey, she's just like totally running the show and we can't get a word in edgewise.
Right. So I'm like, what's the tea, Darlene? Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Mitchell. Darlene Mitchell. What's the tea? Like, what are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Darlene is giving them something to work with. This is such a weird dynamic, which is kind of like production versus editors of sorts. A bit.
A little bit, yeah.
It reminds us of what we just had on UK7, like two very different storylines for Bones. Yeah. Like,
I'm very sensitive to invented storylines because we just went through UK7.
We just went through it. Like, yeah. I'm like, what are we doing here again? Come on now.
And
not again.
A similar mistreatment. Oh my gosh. The parallels are scaring me.
I know. God help us all. But yes. But we get RuPaul comes in. We find out that the Maxi challenge is RDR live.
I'm happy this is becoming a staple.
Yes, I seem to be. I'm happy that I'm in a positive space for RDR Live, because I feel like I'm one of the only people that really enjoys this challenge.
Really?
At least in my friend group, IRL, I'm one of the only people that really enjoys this challenge. I quite enjoy it. So yeah, I like it.
Does your friend group just hate SNL? Like,
no, they really enjoy it.
Okay.
So I don't get it.
It's the vibe of SNL, like watching an SNL show. So that's why I love it. Cause like, I feel like when you watch SNL, I'm just like, I'm in a good mood. I'm happy. And I'm like, I'm ready to laugh. And it's just a good time watching SNL for me. But if you personally hate it, I can understand if like, this is an episode that you're not going to enjoy that much.
Sure.
I usually actually like popular opinion. I usually like drag race acting challenges, but with RDR, I sometimes do struggle. Although, like, usually my friend group are very pro SNL. They usually like it a lot. But with RDR Live, sometimes I still want bad writing to be found somewhere. So I'm like excited for the challenge overall. I think it did progress, but just not to lips and bounds from say All Stars 8, where we were there with the like really kind of abysmal writing to now it's still a big progress, but there is still some more sunshine to be had and some more gold to be dug out further down the road.
So do we know, is this like a fully scripted or is this like semi-scripted, semi-improv kind of
This
deal?
is fully scripted from what I understand.
Okay. So they can't really go off script that much.
I think it's fully scripted with the ability, like SNL, to add in improv where needed. It's SNL style. Is what I understand it to be. So you have your script, it's written for you, but you have the flexibility and the ability to add in your own mannerisms, your own character details, your own little bits and pieces where needed. And that's where I think having maybe the most spot on accurate guest judge of all time, thank you Drag Race Sarah Sherman, loves it.
Yes.
Having Sarah Sherman come in, and especially having her come in for the walkthrough, I thought was so fabulous. And I thought she brought in so much great advice, so much great detail, like just really she's got so much. Like, how many years has she been on SNL at this point? I don't even know. Like, she's got so much experience that she was really able to be like, no, just like lean into the character, like take the character for what it is and then blend it with who you are. Like it's like take that freedom and work with it. Like, and that's really what working in an SNL style challenge is. And you could see the girls that really took that. But yeah, that's the style we're working with here. And that's why I like the RDR Live challenge, because it really shows the girls that can take a script, take a written piece and adapt it to make it something bigger than it is. That's why one of my favorite performances of all time is Plasma's in RDR Live, because she takes that Barbara character, and obviously she knows Barbara so fiercely, but she takes that Barbara character and evolves it into something even bigger than what it is. And even Jimbo in RDR Live on All Stars 8, we were talking about it. Micha, you brought it up, but like that character, and I would say Jessica as well. Jimbo and Jessica in that challenge both
iconic
take those
duo.
characters. It's one of my favorite skits from RDR Live. They take those characters and just evolve it into something even bigger than that.
Or say
So,
Kasha Davis from the very same, I think,
absolutely, Miss Kasha Davis from that as well. Like, you take those characters, you transform them into something even bigger. So yeah, it's all about that transformation element, because that's what SNL does so well. Yeah, I thought it was interesting as well when it came down to the choosing of characters here. There was no real fighting.
Well,
this time around,
there was
first time,
one.
There was one notable
kind of
instance.
Brian.
And once again, Athena doesn't get her part. Drink every time Athena doesn't get the role she wants. The
song she wants, the style she wants.
The role
Athena,
she wants.
We just want to see Briar on the main stage making fun of you. And you just have to sit and take it.
Apparently.
Well, the joke wasn't Briar this episode anyway.
Right.
Really,
this is probably the least contentious part of the judging, actually, considering Briar.
I agree. But yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what Athena is supposed to do in this situation, because it feels like it's constant. Now we'll talk about like how it proceeds from here. But for me, I'm kind of like, okay, this is the last episode. I'm gonna be okay with like this kind of like constant nagging of like Athena in the workroom. Otherwise, I'm gonna be like, girls, this is tired. Like, Athena now hasn't won a single challenge yet. Like,
she was safe, low. Yeah, it was like, it's like.
Can I be honest?
Boring drama. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
It's already tired for me.
Yeah.
Like I get she comes in as like the Grand Dame. I knew who Athena was. I'd been following Athena for years on social media going into the season. I love Athena dearly. I'm tired of it. Like I'm tired of it. It's giving the way they treated Bianca. It's like, but even they didn't even treat Bianca this way. They didn't treat Sasha this way.
No.
They like, why?
Yeah, there is some. It's weird. It's really weird. It's kind of, you know, at Athena's place, probably, of course, it would be better if she could be like Ginger Minj and All Star Stan against like mistresses attacks, especially during the Snatch Game episode. She would be like, I'm zoning out. I'm a completely different weight. I'm just like tuning out. It's just not for me. I'm shutting down for you. Maybe if Athena could have done the same to Briar, maybe it would have been actually beneficial to her screen time. This boring drama would have gone away, and probably Briar would have performed slightly better this challenge. But well, karma got her.
Right.
I think it's so revealing how the bias against Athena in that workroom, when you see Jane, who is like starting to kind of freak out that she's becoming the victim of her own success. She's like, oh my gosh, the targets are starting to be on my back. Like, I don't want everybody to start treating me like we're treating Athena over here. And then continues to treat Athena that way. And I'm like, if you're becoming the Athena in the workroom, maybe treat Athena better. And then like have this precedent of like, hey, success is success. Just do your best out there kind of thing. It's just kind of like, I wonder why you don't want to be seen as like the big dog in the room. Because like, look at how you're treating the big dog in the room.
Is it? Yeah.
So.
Groundbreaking, isn't it? I'm just like.
And I do feel bad. I do feel bad for Jane. We'll talk about it later. How she we'll talk about it later in the judging. But like there was something that I really took note of when she was getting her critiques later in the episode.
Definitely. But yeah, other than Athena not getting her role, everything kind of goes off without a hitch. Sarah Sherman comes in to do the walkthrough with Ru. Loves it. Everyone's was pretty, standard, good. The one big thing that stood out to me was Mikey getting her emotional moment, saying how she would watch SNL with her dad. And so having that emotional connection to SNL and this challenge, and I was like, yes, Mikey, yes. And I was like, oh, we're setting Mikey up for a win. Oh, just kidding.
Yeah, never mind. This was such a bummer.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, I was very angry about this placement of Mikey. Yeah.
This was
because Mikey was the confessional queen also for the past couple of episodes, especially this episode. And this is the narrative blue balls you don't want to feel, because it's not like we're setting her up for success. It's kind of when it's without a payout, without a payoff. This narrative topsy-turvy, basically DNA turning the spiral on its head. This was so frustrating with UK7, with like season 11 of US sometimes when you're thinking, oh. It's like it's the viewers manipulation, and for what exactly? Was somebody smoking some illegal substances in the editing room? But yeah, Mikey was sweet. Probably. And also the second great thing about the walkthrough, which I remembered apart from Mikey's being emotional, is obviously Discord's walk finally being addressed by Ru.
Baby. And the way Discord was like, should I change it? And Ru's like, no. Don't change anything. And I'm like, great. Love it.
I feel like Ru just like lied to Discord's face, because she's like, in a bad way. And Ru lies and goes, No. I'm like, Ru, it's bad. It's funny, but it's bad. She said in a crazy way. And then Ru says,
Better. Paul, you've done this for 18 years. You know better than to let that poor girl walk on that runway again like that. Now y'all are setting up a Discord cam on the runway for this poor girl.
oh my gosh.
I made her audition over and over and over for years to then make this girl look like a damn fool like that on this runway. Y'all.
And Discord said on TikTok. And Discord, and to add to like the whole like background, Discord like said on TikTok that Ru in the first episode before they started filming came in and pointed at Discord and was like, "I've been watching your audition tape for years, and I'm so excited you're here." And people on TikTok were just like, "This ginger minge ass lie." And then Mikey Meeks actually came out recently and was like, "No, that happened. Like that is something that absolutely happened." And Ru was excited to see Discord. So like Discord like is kind of in the Hormona Lisa camp of like, this woman personally loves me. Like everything I do is going to be fire. And so like
Discord has been on rumored cast lists, I believe, since like season 10.
Whoa.
That's insane.
Like she's been trying to get on Drag Race for years. Like season 10 or season 12 or something. Like she's been trying to get on Drag Race for years, y'all. Like this is not like,
and this is how Ru's gonna treat her. Like
maybe it's a preferential treatment, you know, because it's kind of hard to tell. If you get a Discord cam, it's like basically getting a facetious edit only for her, you know, like a recap on Canada 3.
Look, Discord is rolling with it because this is definitely kind of the Joella path of like stardom that Discord's going at. Well, I mean, the season's not over yet, so
yeah, we don't know yet.
Stay
How many
tuned
weeks
on this
she's gonna
space.
get?
Yeah,
how
exactly.
many mattresses are gonna appear on her body? Who knows?
And look, the looks are serving. Like Discord has amazing looks. So I'm excited to see where this goes. But oh my gosh, Ru, that was so shady. Just absolutely lying to her face. It was wild behavior.
absolutely nuts. I'm just like, come on now. What are we doing here today on this occasion? Like, but everyone's getting ready for RDR Live. We'll talk about it here in a second. Because they do the stuff and the things and the things and the stuff. Everyone comes back in from RDR Live, and either you feel great or you feel bad, or you feel really great or you feel really bad. Jane is feeling really bad. She's not feeling great.
She's feeling really bad because she feels she did great.
Yeah, which is very weird. Yeah,
quite weird. She's like, I just don't want to be the front runner because I don't want people to be upset with me.
It's a lot of tears for top.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never had a top cry that much over me, so
maybe some of them
tops cry. I thought that was scientific.
Tops have emotions.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't know.
No,
but
I'm a very sensitive one, just in case.
Oh, good.
There you go. Break the stereotype, Micha.
Yeah.
Period.
Icon, easily.
Icon.
Oh my god, you look so beautiful from here on. That's literally me sometimes.
Wow.
Period.
Never heard that before. No, I'm kidding. My husband is very nice to me. I love you, sweetie. I know you're here listening to this a couple days later.
Oh my god, I'm dead. But no, yeah, it's a lot of emotion and I get that emotion. I see that for sure. I do love Athena being like, I think I did a good job, and Briar's over there, so maybe she did a good job too.
I think,
and I'm like, oh.
I mean, we'll get into it, but like, I think she's found her strategy of like, this is how I deal with this.
Mm-hmm.
This gnat in the workroom that keeps like buzzing into my ear.
Mm-hmm. That part. And then the only other big thing that happens is Sierra is talking about how she's doing prosthetic work for the first time on the runway, and how that's a big part of her drag. And we get a little bit of her backstory about working in special effects and prosthetic work. And I was like, yes, Sierra.
Finally, because she was kind of absent last episode, like basically at all. She had like
I
no
know. I'm
whatsoever.
like, yes, give us Sierra. Thank you.
I'm looking up right now. She said just Marvel movies. I'm trying to see like, or just Marvel. I was like, can you not say the specific name?
No, I don't think she can.
I think because
because I don't think MTV wanted to pay for the rights to Marvel.
Yeah, I can't. Just says Marvel Studios. I'm sure that's all of them. Yeah. A little bit of all of them.
Just
I want to say she has some reference to it on her Instagram. But I don't remember offhand.
It bears repeating. If anything goes south for Sierra, she can always apply for Dragula. We talked about it during the premiere, but now it's even more kind of obvious.
Well, after her NDA is up for Drag Race, so like what, season 12 of Dragula?
Okay, I'm doing some research now.
Period. We love research. But yes,
does Nini Coco.
I was happy. Period. The Cerebral Queen. Period. No, I love seeing it because I like hearing so much about like what the queens do outside of their drag. I'm like, yes, give us the information we want to hear. Thank you very much. But on that note, while Mike is still researching, I think we should go to the runway. So everyone kind of got the color memo except for Ru.
I'm kind of here.
But I'm not mad.
Yeah. Me neither. It's still such
Ru
a funny
looks
photo.
so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's honestly, this look stunning. What did I write about it?
Oh yeah.
Construction material, the color is so gorgeous. I love the fur. I love that's such a different material for this silhouette.
It's different for Ru, but it's still Ru.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ru is stepping out of, like Ru and Zaldi are stepping out of the Ru box this season, and I really appreciate it. Like we've had 3 very different Ru looks this season, but it's all still in the Runiverse, and I really appreciate it. Like, because the last couple of seasons, I've liked what Ru's worn, and there's been like 1 or 2 really good statement pieces, but it has felt a little safer from Ru. And I'm happy that this season we're like, no, we're gonna go there. We're gonna do a little this. We're gonna do a little fur. We're gonna do this look where she can't walk in it, and we're gonna acknowledge that she can barely walk in it. And I'm cool with that, honestly.
I think the more stunning the dress is, the less you can walk in it.
Absolutely. And I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all.
Yeah, this dress and this look and this walk all give freshly caught up mermaid, basically. It's just trying to learn how to touch ground. Yeah, this looks very funny. But yeah, everybody is color-coded. Michelle looks great in this look, actually. Sarah looks completely demented, and that was her vibe, I think. That was she was going for.
I love this, like, Harlequin, like...
Yes.
Outfit. It's so good.
It's so good.
TS always looks
I love it.
beautiful. TS is always beautiful. So
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wearing Michelle's favorite print.
yes.
Yeah.
And Michelle, I like what Michelle's wearing too. There was something else she was wearing in this episode, I think during the SNL kind of thing. I was like,
Oh, it was
that's
so
not.
good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
So I didn't like
oh,
it.
I liked it.
I thought
Oh,
it wasn't that flattering for her. But this, I was like, this is good. I like this. So
that's fair.
Mm.
Loves it. Loves it. Loves it. Loves it. Well, cue collage. Period.
Not to be confused with Q as the brick.
Who? I don't know her, but that is her real. But that is her real hair, girl.
Yeah.
Here is all of our RDR Live people's things, characters, and everything but Athena in that monologue. So, Mike, let's start with you. Standouts, overall thoughts from RDR Live this season as a whole. What'd you think? What were your thoughts, feelings, concepts, opinions, and derogatory comments if you want to make those too.
I'll run the gamut. I'll do everything. I think this overall was a great performance from people. I think there are a few notable, and I'll get into them, low points, but I think for the most part, most of the cast I think was really, really good. When I was trying to figure out a bottom 3 for me, the third, there was 2 easy ones for me, and then the third was actually a little challenging to add on there. So I was like, okay, who did the least good in my opinion? And we'll get into it. I'll just go down the acts. The first act, the butter churning, I thought this was hysterical. I think for me, this was, by and large, the funniest skit for me. I think both hosts were just really fun and animated. I also loved the performance from Mandy and Darlene. I think they ended up in the same place, but I thought that was totally fine. It's a race. And I thought both of them had really fun characters that developed throughout the episode. I think I was laughing at everything that Darlene was doing with the butter churning. And then Mandy busting out her bust at the end. We literally laughed so hard. That we woke up our dog and she got excited and started running around the place and getting zoomies. It was so funny. We lost it when Mandy broke out her breastplate. That was very funny. I love this first group. For the host segment, I think Athena, this is her element, honestly. She's really good at hosting. I thought she was very effervescent. She was very magnetic, exciting. And I think Briar coming onto the stage was really exciting when it happened. But I think it was one note. I think a lot of Briar's performance in here was just, it didn't have a lot of dynamics, and she could have gone so much more cutting. I think she was holding back a little bit, which is so surprising because she's been antagonizing Athena. I'm like, this is where you get sanctioned to do it. You can do it now. Just go all in. It's for the performance, and Athena's not gonna get upset. Mm-hmm. But I think Athena just totally upstaged Briar here, and was a standout for me. Lipstick lovers. I was a little disappointed in Vita's performance personally. I think I know a lot of butch lesbians. I think they are hilarious, charismatic people, and they're just oozing with just all this. They're brimming with charisma, and I just didn't see any of that in Vita's character, and that was just disappointing for me. Kenya, I think, was a breath of fresh air into the scene. I thought Nini was fine. It was safe overall, but Kenya was just hysterical when she came in and really just kind of put life into the scene. I think for me, this is probably the weakest segment. RuPaul performance, catchy. I liked it. Q&N. I had to say once again, I feel like Briar was getting upstaged by everybody else in the segment. I think Briar could have had more dynamics. I liked a lot of kind of her pointing and just kind of emotion. It just could have been more. I think what TS said and the judging was really, really true. You're a drag queen. You can go all the way, go all the way and commit to the bit. Sierra was really funny. I thought she was hilarious. I loved Jane when she entered because I was like, oh my God, it's Debbie from Queer as Folk. who is like the mom we all wish we had.
Oh my God, Michael's mom. Not
Yeah,
this.
it's Michael's mom. Not my mom. No, I'm kidding. But like, it's the mom you wish we all had. Even despite how annoying she might be, her love is just overflowing and lovely. And Jane really captured that character and knew the reference. Also was wearing Briar's rainbow sweater from the day before, which is hilarious. Midwestern accent was great. Okay, office supplies. I noticed that Mikey and Juicy, I think, switched characters. Because I think Juicy was talking about, oh, I'm supposed to be Michelle Visage. I didn't know that. And then Mikey was Michelle Visage.
No, Mikey wanted to be Michelle Visage from the start. That's the role she picked. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I misunderstood it then. But like Juicy just didn't understand the reference of like it's Michelle Visage in the 80s. But yeah, I thought Mikey was, look, she's funny. She's the theater girl. We knew she was going to be really good. I loved her look. Very Madonna, very Cyndi Lauper. I'm going to be honest. Juicy was fine, but she was a tad flat for me. I thought she could have done more. I think her character could have been so much more dynamic. It was kind of just one note. There was kind of some strength in what she did, but I think it wasn't fully there. I'm happy that, you know, she came in really unsure about it and put off a pretty good performance, but there was more room for growth there. And in a competition when we're comparing them against each other, for me, I just felt like more other characters did more dynamics. So yeah, like I'll just say like my top 3 for this one was Athena, Darlene, and Mikey, and Mandy was like a close 4th for me. And the bottom 3 was Vita, Briar, and Juicy was that one I was saying, like, I was trying to find somebody who just didn't do as well, like did good, but did not do as good as the other queens. And partially why I'm kind of baffled at this results, given where I thought everybody landed.
All right. Yeah, I have quite a lot to agree with Mike, actually. Maybe something to disagree as well. Yeah, first of all, for me, like the bottom one of all was Briar Blush. I think that was probably the the bottom line of all performances, because both of the performances she was outshined. She was, she kind of fainted into the woodwork. And I'll probably start not exactly in the order. I will just start from Briar as a key to the snail of, like, you know, SNL/RDR. Hysteria, Maurice Escher-led dimension, because if I were any queen for the past 3 years, I would never try to be a straight person towards Jane or Susie or Q the years before in the news anchor sketch, because I think that's a role which is like impossible to win with. And although Sierra did like a stellar job, especially because like Briar was kind of woodworking, it is still like this third person who comes in, be it a brick, be it the nanny, or be it Michael's mom, not our Michael's, who would steal the scene in this regard. My absolute favorite sketch writing wise was the Michelle Visages, actually. And I think it was written the best, and I'm just so mad that Mikey was not in the top or even the winning performance, because I think this was my favorite performance overall of everybody. This week, I get, Mike, where your confusion comes from about Juicy, because Juicy got confused after the walkthrough, saying, "Oh, I didn't realize that this was a sketch with Michelle Visage about Michelle Visage." That's how they didn't switch roles. Logan was correct, but this was just like there was this moment of realization that the real Michelle Visage is gonna be with me in the sketch. It was this confessional, like just right after the walkthrough, so that probably added to the confusion. Churning Butter was all right. Churning Butter was great. As for Lipstick Lesbians, I really wish they had some lesbian writers, because 2 years in a row, the worst sketch we get is about lesbians. Last year it was the Lesbian Podcast, which was crap. This time it's this one. writing-wise. I think actually with the material, at least Nini and especially Kenya did the best they could. I would actually put Kenya in the top 3 as well with Mikey, for me. On a side note, just a visual gag, I know Logan appreciates that a lot. I just adore one color pop within the scene. This is very Eurochronic because this was never in the 50s, but it started in the 60s because some directors would personally add like one color as a, how to say it, as a verb with as a like mass effect. It became like en vogue. But before it was done even like as early as 1920s because this was this classical Battleship Potemkin thing where Eisenstein personally hand painted the red flag. So it was 1925 or something like this, the first time this ever appeared. But this aesthetic is so cool because I just love it. This one color pop. It's just like a shame that the writing was kind of not good, and especially not good, and Vita literally fell into the same trap that Sam Starr fell a year earlier, thinking that if I'm going to do Butch Lesbian, I'm going to change my voice for the deep, and that's actually kind of the downfall because you don't go anywhere else with it. So there's no additional characterization. Yeah, Channing Butter was great. Mendy's critique will get to there, where we're all so frustrated and pissed still about this. This is fuming because they actually, and this is, by the way, this is also a very. What does it say, Mike? Mandy Chai Rockham? And this is the recurring critique for Asian Queen, especially for LaFille in this situation, because she did have levels. She started slower, she started demure to explode, literally, because this was her role. And we get this, like, the very same bullshit critiques. Oh my God, you were like, don't you want to have peaks and valleys? Because, like, for 18 years now, almost, like 16, okay, since like season 3 at least, we had these critiques that you shouldn't be one note. Well, she wasn't, and still, I'm fuming. Sorry, but the presenters were kind of fine. I think, Athena obviously outshone Briar a lot, but as a presenter this time around, she didn't have also much of a hilarious stuff. But to be honest, it's I mean, maybe only 3 years in a row, maybe it was only Anya who had some really well-placed jokes as a presenter. For her, just the only thing was to be like show in what she was delivering, have this like perfect delivery. She did that. And she did outshine Briar. So that's all Athena could have hoped for. The RuPaul's number was fine. For me, it's usually, I'm sorry, Mike, I usually almost try to skip them or watch it twice the speed, all these RDRs in a row. But it was all right. The dances were nice. What can I say? But we already get a very different picture from our for tops, especially this week. So it's going to be interesting when we get to the judging.
Yeah, I thought the judging was interesting here. We'll talk about it. I didn't like fully disagree with it, but I would have judged it differently. I did love the lipstick bit as well for the color pop. It tickled my artistic interests very much so. So I was quite thrilled with it. But overall, I do agree. I think this was a great RDR live for almost everyone. I thought overall most people did really, really well here. For me, there were 2 people that just did not do as well. And a third that just wasn't as good. Similarly to kind of how both of you framed things, and that's where I'm gonna start. The 2 people I think just that did not do as well comparatively to the group were Briar, for this kind of the same reasons. She just kind of got upstaged in both of the skits that she was in, and Vita for similar reasons. I just think the characterization was fine. I just needed her to add a bit more to the character in order to stand up to what everyone else in her group was doing. The third person for me that I wasn't as sold on was actually Nini. And I would have had Nini in the bottom 3 for this challenge. I think Nini did fine, but comparatively to everyone else, I I just wasn't as sold with her characterization. I think she was fine, but honestly a little bit forgettable in her group. I think her and Vita were perfectly okay in their skit, and Kenya, like you said, Mike, was just that breath of fresh air in that skit that really just added a whole lot of energy to it. And that's when Nene came alive in that skit, and I don't want someone else entering to be the reason that you come alive in a skit. So for me, that's what it was. My top 3 for the challenge, I think everyone else did quite well overall. My top 3 would be Darlene. I think Darlene did a great job this week. Her physical comedy, I mean, we kind of expected her physical comedy to be really good, and I was quite excited to see that that she followed through and did such a great job here. This was a role almost maybe written for her, and I was quite excited to see just how great she was in this role. So I would have Darlene. I would actually have Sierra in the top 3. I really enjoyed, for honestly similar reasons. I thought Sierra's physical comedy was great. She wanted that news anchor role, and I think she absolutely smashed it out of the park. I don't have Jane in my top 3. I will go ahead and say that now. But I think Jane did a great job. But the reason I have Sierra in the top 3 is because she played the straight man role to what Jane was doing so successfully. And she was able to play off of both Jane and Briar so successfully in that news anchor role, reflecting off of both of them, foiling off of both of them so fiercely, and just did such a phenomenal job in this challenge. I thought she did exceptionally here. And I also would have had Mikey in the top 3 for me. Juicy is actually up there for me as well. I would have had Juicy top 5, to be honest with you, alongside Athena. That would have rounded out my top 5. But I think Mikey did such a great job in this challenge, really channeling, Michelle Visage energy. She had that bounciness to her. I just thought she really knocked it out of the park. She had all of that good energy to her. The physical comedy was also great. I just thought Mikey did such a good job, and we were setting up for something great with Mikey in this episode. So I don't know what happened, but yeah, that would have been my top 3.
I mean, we have some of the same people in the tops and bottoms, but the fact that I think there's like this flex spot in the third in both directions shows like everybody was good caliber. This was a high caliber RDR live. And so kudos to the entire cast. Kudos to you, Mama. Yeah. I'm sorry to bring up that quote.
Why not? Okay.
Kudos for you, Mama, for spilling. I also want to shout out, since I don't think she got shouted out at all, someone that really surprised me in this challenge. Discord really surprised me in this challenge as well. I thought she did such a great job in that. What was it? News anchor? Not news anchor, but like
presenter, maybe. Yeah.
Like the play-by-play for the
play-by-play, yeah. Her and Mia did such a great job in that role. I thought they did well, but Discord specifically, like her exaggeration of everything, I was quite impressed with it. So, I thought she did great.
And the transformation. It took me a second to be like, oh, Discord.
Same here.
Okay.
I was like, oh.
Good on you.
Come on, versatility. We love to see the versatility, yeah.
I just love the horse race commentary of the two. They bounced off so well off of the insanity that Mandy and
Discord and Mia work very, very well together. I was quite to see it, yeah. Yeah. Job well done by almost everybody. So
almost
work, girls. But we will talk about this animal lovely runway over on Look Over Here, so make sure to go check that out. But very quickly, y'all, favorite runway from this evening?
Oh, that is actually hard. This was a great runway. I have one.
I have one.
Athena's white barn owl
Yep.
is stunning.
That's my
Oh
favorite
my
as well.
gosh. Jonathan literally said, he's like, I hate face keenies and I love this. So like, that's the caliber of how good it was.
I almost was gonna say Sierra for similar reasons because of the face coverage, but I'm actually, and although like I adore pangolins, and for this reason I would like shout out to Juicy, but actually my favorite is actually Nini's. I think this frog was just jaw dropping. I would wear it in a bit, and this is what saved her from the bottom 3 in my opinion.
I see that. I see that.
I think it was great top to bottom. Oh man, if Darlene didn't have flats, it would be that might have been my favorite. I clocked that before.
It's still so good though. It's still so good. I don't know if we're ever going to get another opportunity to do this, so I'm actually going to give it to both of the Dion's here because I think they both killed this runway.
Absolutely.
So,
and pangolins.
A double dose of Dion's.
Yeah. As soon as I saw Juicy's, it made me think of Kimora Hall's white her dragon outfit, and
period.
I was like,
yes. I love it.
I felt so seen as a person who literally interviewed pangolinologists and who can pronounce this word. I felt so seen.
Shut up! Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love that.
Yeah, I did the interview for the BBC exactly for this, like conservation / how do you fight smugglers purposes. Yeah, about pangolins.
Shut up!
So. Look at that. Add that to the cup trivia pool.
Right. I'm like, okay, come on, cup lore. Hello.
Yes.
Hi. Love that.
We have connection to the BBC now. Y'all heard it first here.
Oh, we knew that already. But
and pangolins.
Add that to the lore. But we get the judging, boom, whatever. Let's talk about Untucked because it was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. Micha, I know you talked a little bit earlier about it being weird. Speak on it.
It had like very, I don't know, displaced energy for me. It felt like something, the girls were trying to say something and they would like bite their own tongues before they actually express something. It just gave very, very weird energy. It felt like something is in the air, but it's not properly expressed. And like tops and bottoms were clearly like kind of mixed, but also just before the girls who were safe went to Untucked, we had actually a drag race first and hopefully last, when we had like, you 4 are safe and you 3 are also safe. And in between, we had this Mikey confessional that, I think we are going to be on top with Juicy. And then, Mikey and the other 2 are also safe. And Mike is like, that's a bummer. Yeah.
So I was like, are we about to have 9 people in the top and bottom? Like, what was... Yeah, it was like...
Yeah, it was very weird. And the thing is, they could have easily critiqued like 8, say, make a top 5, bottom 3 or something like this. They could have done. But this just sending off girls in 2 batches to Untucked felt like very bizarre, especially with Mike's storyline. It also kind of feels very over edited and overproduced. Or again, like the civil war between editors and producers happening somewhere beneath this, because this was weird AF.
I think they're trying to do a couple of things with this. I think they don't like that. I mean, we know when they call out queens what they're about to say. I think they're trying to push back against that a little bit and kind of get people who are seasoned to the show to have a bit more suspense. I think that's one. And then I think 2, I'm going to be honest, the best Untucks historically are the ones where they had the pink room and the gold room. Where they broke up the
interior
queens.
Illusions down.
Yeah, and the queens would be a bit more open about saying what's on their mind when the person about it is not in the room with them. So I think maybe they're trying to do something like that where, hey, we'll maybe get something more scandalous if there's a smaller group of queens in there. But it just didn't work out here, and it kind of confused the queens. I also think like the queens are feeling the shenanigans like we are with the judging as well. And we'll get into that, but there was weird energy. It was off.
It's also interesting that Mike, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, good. No, go ahead.
It's just like Mikey didn't swallow this bait, because if it was like Discord on episode 1, yeah, I kind of get why they would do this specifically to her and tell us this story. Because Discord was like, why I'm not in the top? Cardi, tell me about my dress. My garment was sickening. But here, like, Mikey completely didn't bring this up at all. It's just like, yeah, I think we did a great job. But she was not like, oh my God, woe me, why I'm not in the top. Although the collectively three of us think she should have absolutely been in the top, if not winning.
100%.
So, yeah, she clearly didn't swallow the bait. But yeah, it was just going anyway. And on top of that, we reversed kind of to season 16 Untucked, where the guest judge basically comes in the middle of the discussion. But there was not much of a discussion this time around, so it was very weird. Yeah.
It was weird too, because like at the start of Untucked, before like the top and bottom girls come back in, there is this like discussion as well about Briar specifically, and Sierra is like, well, I know of some stuff, because I guess Sierra and Briar knew each other a little bit prior to any opportunity for a pun, I'm gonna take it. Prior to the show, and Sierra was like, yeah, I know that Briar was like dealing with some stuff prior to the show, and like that, like, and she didn't like disclose it or whatever. And obviously that's not like a great excuse for like necessarily the way that Briar's been treating people. And we go back to like the Athena situation at the start of the episode, when she's like poking at Athena, and like Athena's just like, girl, I'm having a bad moment, lay off me, please. Like, I don't need to be. And I'm very much so that way, where like I can be both of those people, where like sometimes with my autism, I don't catch those social cues. And I understand Briar's situation, where like I want to try to be supportive of this person, that like I can be annoying to the point of like, and that's like my love language in some ways with people. But I can also be Athena, where I'm like, I'm trying to communicate, hi, I don't need to be touched right now. Like, I just need my own space. And so like I get both sides of it in this scenario. Like I was both of them in that moment, and the girls are kind of like, well, I just don't get it. I don't get it. And I'm like, yes, the constant struggle with being autistic. I see you, Briar. I understand.
I can understand like the differences in how like you approach like talking through issues or like negative emotions between people. I'll be very vulnerable on the pod. I'll bring up me and Jonathan. Jonathan is very much a stoic kind of like, I need to process on my own. I'm very much like let's talk. Like, come on, let's squash the beef and move on. And I just had to learn over time, like, when is the appropriate time to, hey, no, this is something we really need to talk about, or like, this ain't that big a deal. It's something that we can both just focus on ourselves during the day, and it'll just fizzle away on its own. It's tough. It's tough because relationships are complicated. People are complicated. And especially if for people who have neurodivergence, there's that extra battle that you have to go through and get over, because you have to put in extra effort to pick up those social cues. And it's tough. It's tough. I definitely feel for people who have to go through that, because people are complex and it's hard to read people as is on its own. And on top of that, anxiety or like social disorder on top of that, then oh my goodness, I can't imagine.
It fucking sucks. Like that's why like anytime I'm in any sort of like romantic or any kind of relationship with anyone, I'm like, if there's anything going on, like I just be upfront with me about it. Just tell me about it up front, because I don't catch on to those social cues. I'm just going to act like everything is fine and everything is good, because especially when it's someone that I am very comfortable with, I am not going to catch on to those things. Like, it is not my MO. So, hey, me being vulnerable on the pod too, especially with Randy, like he's done a very, very good job with me of like, if things are not comfortable, he will come to me as soon as he is comfortable with talking about those things, and we will have that conversation. And I'm very open to, like, if something is wrong, I'm going to change it. Like, and that's me. Like, and I've had to do a lot of growing to be able to get to a place where I can do that. But I am at that place now where I'm like, if I'm doing something wrong, just tell me and I'm going to fix it. Like, I'm grown enough to understand that, like, things can be fixed, things need to be fixed. Cool. No big deal. Like, and I was not that way, you know, a few years ago, but if it's someone I care about, obviously I'm going to make that change. I just, with my specific brand of neurospicy brain, I don't catch on to those things very often. And I used to be, for lack of a better term, punished in past relationships for not catching on to those things. And so I really value, it's one of the things I value most in relationships now, is someone that has you know, the ability to come to me and be like, hey, this hurt me, hey, this impacted me, I'm going to tell you about it because I care about you. And that shows me more than anything that someone cares about me. Whether it's a romantic relationship, a friendship, whatever it is, like, as long as you're telling me what's happening, it shows me that you care. And my response to that shows me that I care just as much. And that's all I ask for in a connection, in a friendship, relationship, whatever it may be. So I see, and as we saw a little bit in this Untucked as well, it's the way that Athena and Briar are beginning to go about it, because now Athena's like, well, now I just know that's how Briar is. So cool, I can deal with it. That specific moment wasn't great, but now I know how to deal with it because that's just Briar. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
I like these conversations too, where I think it is important in the LGBT community. I think a lot of the sort of sadly, like, inherent trauma of growing up LGBT in a straight world, I think it does sometimes manifest in some people as sometimes neurodivergence, because that's their mechanism that they go into to cope with being LGBT in a world that is not that welcoming to that. And so I think it's important that we talk about these topics on Drag Race, because I do think these struggles are very common in our LGBT communities. And it's important to have that be, because a lot of people don't understand these. If they're not dealing with it personally, they don't know how to interact with other people who have neurodivergence or have to go through those sort of struggles daily. I have very close gay friends who deal with neurodivergence, and you know, I have to be considerate of how they interact and not take things so personally or on the nose or anything. I'm like, that's just how they communicate. And being a tad patient, a small bit patient with them, or understanding, or maybe just communicating when something maybe is a tad over the line, just calmly, does wonders to make a great friendship and understanding and building those relationships, because it's totally workable. But a lot of people just, I think we're increasingly becoming cognizant of these issues, especially in the LGBT community, because I think it's very common because of a lot of the trauma that we have to deal with growing up in our most formative years. So I really liked seeing that vulnerability and understanding.
And as someone that, like, I am still learning a lot about my neurodivergence, like, I've only really acknowledged my ADHD within the last 3 or 4 years, and I've only really acknowledged my autism within the last year or so. Like, I'm still learning what communication looks like for me. I'm still learning what, like, social cues look like, what small group communication, large group communication looks like for me. Like, I'm still relearning a lot of these basic skills, and, like, it's fucking hard. Like, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat, it's fucking hard. And, like, that's one of the things I love about having the podcast as a resource, honestly. Like, I love doing it. Obviously, it's great, but it's become a really valuable resource for me in order to be able to relearn a lot of these skills that I, like, there's a lot of skill regression that comes with late life autism recognition. And I appreciate having this as a resource and having everybody on the podcast as, you know, as friends and as, you know, people that have, whether you all have realized it or not, have really helped me kind of relearn these skills, because it, you know, it's not easy to get back into the swing of, you know, being, because at the end of the day, these are all just conversations. And it helps when you're having conversations about things you really enjoy. And it's a nice, you know, stepping stone to get back into, you know, having conversations about things you don't really enjoy. So it's a super valuable resource to have, and I feel really lucky at this point to have it. But it does suck, because for a while, like, especially early on in figuring out where I was with my autism, I was like, this sucks. And like, skill regression, I don't recommend it for anyone. It fucking sucks. It is just like, you feel like you can do nothing. You don't feel like you could do a damn thing. It completely withers away any sense of self, like any sense of self at all. Don't recommend it. Don't try it. Don't do it. Period. Anyway, that's autism talk.
I mean, I totally. I'll do a bit of like understanding, because like I know I go through like bouts of like chronic depression. When I'm in a big bout of chronic depression, you feel motionless. You feel like my body's perfectly fine, but I feel like I can't get anything done, because it's just all the life, the joy of doing anything, even basic things, just goes out the window. So I understand that struggle. It's tough. It's really tough.
And with ADHD for me, like, I'll get that task paralysis where like it's kind of same but different, where like my brain is running at 1,000 miles per minute, and I want to do all the things, but my body is saying no, nah, you're good.
So
we don't need to do anything today. That's fine. It's lovely. It's joyous. I love every bit of it.
But you know what? Shout out to all of our neurodivergent fans, queens, friends.
Everybody, yeah.
We see you.
Lovers.
Yes.
We see you.
Everybody.
We are you.
We are you.
Yes.
Period. Well, shall we talk about some results, everyone?
Do we have to?
We do, because we need to finish this episode. So
yes, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yes, we do. So we get a top 3 announced of Juicy, Jane, and Darlene. Okay.
You know where I stand with one of these. I had Juicy in my bottom 3, and it's not that she did like horrible. She would not have been my bottom 2. She would have been safe bottom for me. But
fair.
But still, I'll leave my. Go ahead.
For me, it's kind of like I'm more with Logan in the sense that I would definitely have Mikey in my top 3, even though her runway compared to everybody else was kind of meek. Sorry for the better term. But I mean, she would be my winner overall, I think. But yeah, I would still have Darlene, and probably Jane would be my actually 4th spot, and Kenya would be my 3rd top 3. Yeah, but actually.
Okay.
Yeah, but actually, Jane would be pretty like neck and neck with Kenya, like in the 3rd, 4th interchangeable place, and Juicy would be like 5th, 6th, though definitely not on the bottom 3, but kind of adjacent. But
yeah, my top
glaring
3.
Absence of Mikey.
In like no particular order for me, my top 3 was Athena, Darlene, Mikey, and then I actually had Mandy and Kenya rounding out the top 5 for me.
I think of my top 3, I had Darlene, Sierra, and who the fuck else did I have?
Didn't you say Mikey as well? No,
I did say Mikey. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Hi, neurospicy brain. Period. Yeah, spicy. Darlene, Sierra, Mikey. I actually think I would have given the win to Darlene, to be honest with you. I think for Runway and Challenge, I really think this was a standout week for Darlene. Especially bouncing back from girl groups. I think this was a really great standout week for Darlene. But we get Miss Juicy Love Dion as the winner of this week's challenge. Okay.
Look,
Blame it
congrats
on
to
the
the win, but like, I'm just gonna say it. It's giving Georgia's winning in a bathing suit with cookie cutters glued onto it.
napkin.
Well, yes.
Oh, this time around, she
Well,
wore something
yes.
much bigger than napkin. Oh yes.
Well, yes.
I was losing my mind. Oh, Rue said something specifically that was just so insane. I could see her getting her own spinoff. I was like, has everyone gone insane? Like, I feel like I was going
Rue took
crazy.
3 coffee enemas today,
Yes.
and you know, that's fine for her. Go off, girl. Sure,
She was
girl,
like,
whatever.
friendship with George's is over. I need a new, tiny, talented, dancing twink to stan on the main stage. So Juicy. I'm happy Juicy got the win. Juicy, I'm excited to see where Juicy goes in this season. I think she's great.
Love
but
Juicy.
wasn't my
Big
cup
fan
of
of
tea
Juicy.
this episode.
Yeah, I would have had Juicy safe for sure, but okay.
You know what, Mike? If actually Juicy was a star in Guillermo Aguirre Sacasa universe somewhere close to Archie's world, she would get her spin-off for all the wrong reasons.
But
Shady. He's shady.
we end up, our bottom 3 ends up as Mandy for some reason, Vita and Briar. Well, we know the reason. I won't say for some reason. We know the reason. They just don't like her.
I wonder why.
Because she's Filipina.
Yeah. Because Rue
That's
is
the
like,
reason.
you're Filipina and you're not Marina Summers, which is just the biggest like offense.
And you have another job, so you can go home.
Yeah. This is, by the way, you're absolutely right to have clocked it. I just thought about this then when queens sometimes, not all of them, but especially Asian queens, because we had the very same issue with in Down Under. By the way, we had the very same thing with Ivory Glaze. When Ivory said that I'm a financial accountant by day, Rue was like, "Well, go home." Basically, and I don't know what's that about. Can't people like do drag and have another job? How? I don't know. Literally.
But like, if like when Nini says she's like an engineer, like that's fine. And I wonder why that's
she's white.
Yeah, I was about to say. I wonder why that's fine. There's a reason.
And that's no shade to Nini. That's no shade to Nini. That's shade to RuPaul.
Yeah, and I'm just like, it just feels like Rue, when it comes to Asian queens, is just not impressed inherently with their talent or what they can bring. It has to be something so substantially like over the top amazing, like Jujubee or Marina or Manila or Nymphia. People who are so like, we're talking about some of the greatest drag queens alive today in our time. And you can't let people shine who are actually doing really, really good. And then you have to make up bullshit reasons why you didn't like them. How you're telling everybody, oh, you're one note, you didn't go anywhere for like some people. And then tell Mandy, oh, you should have stayed one note and demure. And you should have done the thing that we always criticize on Drag Race. But the fact that you went crazy and stupid and over the top, you shouldn't have gone crazy and stupid and over the top.
This was literally LeFille's Rusical critiques. That's why I'm so mad. This was literally what they said to LeFille in the Rusical. Oh my God, you should have been probably commence at 120 and stay on 120. Like, what are we doing here? This is exactly the opposite critiques you give to everybody for like 15 years now.
It's like when they ignored Chai, or they downplay Rivers, River Medway, all these other Asian queens.
Like, I'm sorry, Mandy has the ability and the chops and the great drag to at least have made it halfway through this competition, if not further.
Period.
Yeah.
And the fact that she was snatched out of this competition the way she was, criminal. Absolutely criminal.
And you could see in her face, she knew this was unfair. She knew it was unfair. She knew what was happening. And it's so inexcusable. I understand a lot of, I feel like there is a bigger conversation about like how like I'd say Latina and Asian queens are kind of unrepresented or mistreated on the show, or not really given a chance to shine at the top tiers. And it's upsetting. It's upsetting. And it's no coincidence that it always seems to be Ru judge seasons that this happens on. So like you can't piss on my leg and call it raining. This isn't a coincidence happening 10 times over. Like it's happening. It's happening. It's there.
This is not a coincidence.
So
well, anyway, Vita saved because she looked good, and she did.
She did look good.
Mandy and Briar are in the bottom 2, lip syncing to "Love in Real Life" by Lizzo. It's a pretty fine lip sync, even though Briar herself has admitted that Mandy beat her because she didn't know the words to the lip sync. So I don't know what we're doing here. Props to Briar for admitting that, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
What are we doing? What are we doing anymore?
You know what? That takes character. Big props to Briar, honestly.
Big props to Briar. I love Briar. Briar is so fucking fierce. I love Briar.
Mm-hmm. And I feel so sorry for Mandy. I feel like she probably was looking at the judges' reactions, because you could see in probably the last 10 seconds, the energy just gets sucked out of her. And you could just see like there's no fire left, because she's just like, they're not buying what I'm selling here. And you know what? The one judge that mattered said that she thought Mandy was hilarious. So the professional comedian on
the SNL woman herself,
yes.
From the horse's mouth. Sorry.
Yeah.
No offense, but yeah, I mean, and this being a pretty good Lizzo song for lip sync, to be honest with you, it was like, Mandy was slaying it, and there was this very weird moment during the lip sync, also the editing magic, when Briar literally literally stumbled into Mandy head on, crashed course, and we had a confessional. Like, I'm literally stuck into Mandy.
I ran into the deer. No.
Ran into the deer. Exactly. Yeah.
I love.
But Mandy was not deer in the headlights. She was no roadkill in this lip sync.
Yeah.
No.
Unlike what editors are trying to tell us.
I did like that deer bodysuit, that deer cat suit. I thought was actually really stunning.
She looked great.
So she was
hilarious. It's so multifaceted. You can use it anywhere. For many a play, I would say.
You know what? I think I'd love to see Mandy go further, but if this is just how they're going to treat her, I'm glad that this is where it's over. You could get away from Ru and that crap, that absolute bullshit that they've made up to put her in the bottom.
Yep. Practice your Tagalog, Mandy, like Filipino, and go to Slay Jean Royale season 2 and slay it. Yep. Slay it. Just like local girls.
I want her on any other season that RuPaul is not judging. Anything else, the furthest away from RuPaul possible, because she deserves a much better season. She deserves much better treatment. She's a fucking star. She is a fucking star. She is so funny, so beyond talented, dumb, goofy, and fabulous in the best possible way. And I don't think this is the last we're going to see of her. I certainly hope not, because she is a fucking talented drag queen. And yeah, I'm pissed. I'm going to be pissed off for a while. The internet's pissed. We're pissed. I'm not pissed that Briar stayed, because I love Briar. Let me make that very clear as well. I love Briar. I think she did great in the lip sync as well. I'm pissed off at the treatment of Mandy in this competition.
Yeah, I think what we said at the top of the pod is like, no shade to any of these queens, They're all doing amazing. This is an amazing cast. And there's so
It's
much
such a good
potential
cast.
here. I'm just pissed to see production is screwing the pooch here. So they're just really, they're bumbling it, honestly. And I don't know why. I feel like just let the queens shine on their own. Don't make these overproduced stuff. We can tell when it's overproduced. And I don't know how many times we can go through this before the like major segments of the fan base start going, I'm just not going to watch. What's the point? Like,
Exactly. That's why in the very beginning of our recap today, I said that I really want this to be like a 1 or 2 episode thing and not going to give a full-on UK 7 because we already have basically a yellow card. Sorry to put on football/soccer reference here, but we have the Athena storyline, which goes nowhere, which is like irritating and boring and like, what are we doing here? We had Mandy elimination. So we also now know, and we're not going to spoil it here, that one of the challenges, which usually is completely different in the episode order, is going to be kinda in the same spot for this season as it was for UK 7. So I just don't want this to be a premonition of the same overall wasted potential where we have phenomenal cast. And what are we doing?
Yeah. Well,
we'll be here.
Yeah, we will. We'll be here. You know, we'll see if it becomes hate watching this season. That is some of my favorite podcasting is hate watching Drag Race. So we'll see how that, because we started hate watching Dragula this last season. So, you know,
we are trauma. Micha,
Titans 2, you mean? No, I loved it. For me, it's like the best Dragula season of all time. Come on.
Oh, I wonder why Miss Eva Destruction
I
stan.
adore this.
Love Eva. Love
Not
Eva.
only for Eva. I love the performance challenges. I love
Even
the
when
outdoor
Eva
challenges.
was
For me, it's
objectively
good.
bad in the episode, you still defended her. Like, no.
Well,
Love her.
Mike,
I know.
I'm sorry. But hey, you've got 2 phenomenal picks left.
We'll see. I don't want to. I mean, go watch the Cup TV because, like, my traders draft team is doing. All my drafts are just absolute dumpster fire.
Hey, at least you're not Lana.
Well, let's see the update. Let's hear the update.
Oh no, at least you're not Lana in the traders draft.
Oh, who does she have?
She has 1 pick left in the traders draft.
I at least have 2.
Yeah. I have 3, so I'm not doing much better. But no, you are the only you and Jonathan are the only team so far to lose anybody in this draft. But so with that being said, you are trailing behind currently with 20.5 points. And then we're going to do a big jump up to Lana in 3rd place with 34.5 points. Love you. I'm in 2nd place still with 38.5 points, but not that far behind Sugar in 1st with 39. So it is a close race up at the top, and John and Mike are trailing behind, looking really hot. So hey.
Where I picked Didi Fuego, we were between Didi Fuego and Darlene Mitchell.
Yep.
That was our 2 choices, and I went the wrong choice.
Well, for draft purposes, but we love Didi.
I should have known. Rue Judge season, don't pick the Latina or the Asian. So.
Yeah. But next week should be a really interesting challenge. It's another design challenge early on, but we're doing pairs. We're doing mashups of iconic red carpet looks. I'm quite intrigued. I can't wait to see how this turns out. I'm quite intrigued to see how this goes. Mike, I hate to say I'm a little bit worried for your team again.
You know.
At this point, what can you do? But yeah, this is interesting.
I'll hate watch. I'll hate watch.
Well,
This is what I get for we destroyed the UK7 draft, and this is what
That
we
is
get for
correct.
destroying it.
Draft luck gives and it takes, and it happens like that. We'll see how I do as now the current reigning draft winner for Drag Race. So we'll see how it goes. Can I win 2 in a row? I don't know, but we will have another draft coming up here shortly for UK versus the world. So we'll see how that draft starts off here shortly. So stay tuned for that breaking news. And speaking of breaking news, if you've not watched our UK versus the world season 3 cast assessment, go check that out. Lana, Jonathan, and I had a great time talking about that cast.
Amazing cast.
So
Iconic.
good. Otherwise, y'all, thank you for joining us for this episode recap for season 18. We'll be back with a look over here episode talking about this runway, so stay tuned for that. Let us know all your thoughts on this episode down in the comments. Do you love Mandy Mango? Yes. Did you agree with the judging? Probably not. I don't know. Do you also love hearing Mamma Mia laugh? Yes.
Yeah.
Did you want to churn butter just like Darlene Mitchell? Probably. Let us know all your thoughts down in the comments. Make sure you are subscribed. We are still on the doorstep of 3,000 subscribers, and we would really appreciate your support if you have not already. Like the video, share with your aunt, your neighbor down the street, that weird uncle that sometimes you talk to, but you don't really want to, but like you could send him this video if you really want to. Whatever you do, make sure you support, and we really, really appreciate it. On your way out, go check out another video of ours, and go get your cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. With all that being said, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. So cheers. Bye-bye.